All right. So one quick recap: bar chart is for showing the comparison among the category members. Okay, and there are two ways that you can display bar chart: vertical and horizontal. So vertical or column bar chart. So current is on my screen. What you see is the vertical one, right? And we can also call it as a column bar chart. Some we in Excel environment, if you're coming from Excel environment, there in Excel they call it as a column chart or column bar chart. Or in Tableau, we just call it as a bar chart. We are displaying vertically or horizontally. So this is a vertical display of my bar chart, and this is good when your number of items are less. Let's say 5 6 items you can easily, or 6 7 items, how many can fit into your screen, can easily show using this column bar chart. But when you have more number of items, let's say you got some 20 items, 30 items, 50 items, and then if you want to create a bar chart, go with the horizontal. So let me show you that one by one example. So for example, when I have my categories and my sales. Okay, so there are only three items, right? So even for this three, if I swap this and make it vertical, still looks good. And I think this looks better than the horizontal one, right? But and always have a practice of sorting your data by descending or ascending as per your business requirement. But always sort your data. Don't leave it as it is, because when you sort your data, it looks easy for an user to understand which one is number one, which one is number two, which one is number three, just by looking at the order of the data. Okay, don't just leave it like that. So it's a good practice. As a practice, I'm telling you, it's a good practice to always put into descending order, or maybe ascending order as per your requirement. But always, have this sort things on. I mean, always hit this descending or ascending after creating your visualizations. So now, and this option is up to you. Some formatting things we can do it, that we'll cover later. So let me show you. So let me expand this and let me go to the subcategories. I think subcategories also it's able to accommodate it really well, no problem. But let me go to another sheet and let me bring that product. I think we have something called product also. Here we have like, let's say we have like product name, and there are lot many members. See that number of members. We have like huge number of members. Now, okay, let me first show you the column one. Now, see, I'm on the column, and let me do a descending. Okay, now it's look better, right? I can get the bigger cells first, and then the second and the third, and in a in a proper order, right? So this proper ordering will help me to understand. Okay, where is the list? This is my list. Now I can see this guy has a list cells or no cells. A cells value is just 2. Look at that. Okay, so it got least cells among all, and this is my highest cells. So it's become easy and intuitive when you create a descending or ascending order depending on requirement. When you want to come from top to down, highest to lowest, then you go with the descending, right? In a decreasing order, it will show you data. So always, most of the time, we always go with the highest from highest to lowest. So in that case, always you use the descending. And when you have some rank, when you are showing some rank or etc., let's say one is the top, second is second, third, then fourth and fifth position in that order, then you go with that ascending. Okay, so now, yeah, so let me swap this to rows. Now on the rows, at least you can see these many in one uh, view. So when you have more members, so this becomes little easy than your vertical, than your column chart. So the bar chart becomes little friendly when you have more number of data, and when you have less number of data, I think column also works really well. But bar is more suitable when you have more number of data. When I swap this back, so you can, depending upon how do you, what users also realize what's good, you can show this sort of things, and you can give them an idea like this is how we can show this data. So this is about bar chart, and the line chart is just helpful when you want to show some trends, when you want to show some trend, and you want to show trend over period of time. So across the different timeline, how the things has been moving, ups or downs, or etc. So those things when you want to show the trend, then you use the line chart. Now text tables, it's very simple. Text table we generally use just like to create a table, right? So like in your, if you remember your if you're coming, if you know like Excel things, then you can relate this with your pivot chart. So for example, when you create a pivot, what do you get? You get the summary of the data. For example, when I have my uh, categories and my cells, and then when I can create this, so I can get my, and even if I can expand it. So this is how you get your pivot data, right? And to get that kind of data, table data, okay, you go with that text tables. Here you will not get any visualization, rather you will be getting just as the text tables where you will have all the numbers. So if some point of time, or many of point of time, uh, you will be realizing like having that text numbers is sort of requirement, and then you can achieve that by using the text table. It's very simple. And also, like when we are showing KPIs, top KPIs on the dashboard, that time also we are actually we are showing the first line of KPIs line. We are using that text tables there. So we'll see that in our capstone project. So I'm not going to take much time for text table. Text table is very easy. It's just that uh, you bring that, you select your measures and dimension, and you hit the text tables. It will create a nice text table for you.
Ritesh, I have a question here.
Yeah, please.
Yesterday you have created one hierarchy with category and subcategory, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, can you tell me what is the use of creating a hierarchy?
Okay. Yeah. So let's say you wanted to create a drill down. Creating a hierarchy is just like a drill down. For example, imagine if I would have not created this hierarchy, and I have my categories. Now I also want to look categories, subcategories together with hierarchy. I have to bring my subcategories right from here and drop it to this place, right?
Right.
And moreover, not only here. So this, when I will publish this dashboard, this will not available to the users, because
Right.
this rows and columns are only into development mode, not
Right.
available to user. Then your question is, if it is not available to user, what is the meaning of providing this hierarchy? Well, but that is not
Correct.
the end. We have something called plus symbol here. I can expand, end user will use this button. End user, when it hover
Oh,
over,
okay.
he will get the plus symbol here. You see here, when
Okay.
end user want to create a drill down, he can just come and do a plus sign, and he can expand it to subcategories. And when he want to again go back to high level, he can click minus sign and he can go back.
Okay.
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 So this is the
Okay.
functionality that you are providing user. Hey, you can drill down to lower level, because uh, all my product are into hierarchy. So I can look at, okay, for Corresponding to furniture, what all subcategories, how they are doing. So under furniture, I have like four subcategories: bookcase, chairs, furniture, and table. So I can look at under the furniture how they are doing, how what is their individual contributions.
So
Okay.
this we can check in a dashboard kind of thing, right? When you are
Exactly,
publishing a dashboard.
exactly. So
Okay.
when I'm going to see overall, the whole purpose of creating the worksheet is to use them into dashboard, right?
Right,
Because
right,
yeah, eventually all the visualization that we have created in the sheet, that only going to make a dashboard finally.
right.
We will be bringing all this sheet to on our dashboard, and let's say I want to create a sales overview dashboard where I just wanted to have all my sales perspective, from sales perspective, whatever visualization that I created, I want to bring them all and I put them on a dashboard, and I'm going to give a name called sales overview. So here you are going to understand how the sales has been done, how was the sales performance across various market, various product, and various dimensions, etc. that you can use there. So for those all, whatever, all the visualizations which are there on my dashboard, all has been created in some particular worksheet, and from
Mhm.
and those worksheet I'm going to put them together in the dashboard. So this is called dashboard here. When I click a dashboard, open a dashboard, now I can access all the sheets which I have already created. So for example, let's say this is my one sales performance dashboard. You see, so here I have all my, these are like one sheet. You see here, I can go to the sheet. This is second sheet, third sheet, and fourth sheet. So four sheet together I can bring and I can put it on the dashboard and I can make a nice dashboard. So we'll come to this stage later, and first let us understand all the technique, and then we'll come by in a chronological order, one by one we will reach to our label.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so that functionality actually I'm providing here, because when it will go and publish these options, the rows and columns, end user will not have access. Y- on any visualization you will not be seeing. This is all my development mode.
Right,
In my
right.
development mode, yeah, I will. But for user, your question is, for to answer your questions, user has these drill down options and he can
Okay,
drill down and drill up. Yeah. All
okay,
right.
got it.
So okay. So let me move to next item. Heat map. See, heat map, the whole purpose of heat map, there one visualization that you can see called heat map. So this is the heat map. Okay, the requirement says one or more dimensions and one or two measures. So only maximum two measures you can use, minimum one measures, maximum two measures, and any number of dimension you can use. At least one dimension is important, mandatory. So let me turn this to heat map. Okay, now on the heat map, let me remove the category and just put the subcategories. If I create a descending order, easily I can see where is my cells. See, heat map is again another way of representing your data, and another way of representing the volume of the data. Where is the volume of data? And heat map, to create heat map, you can use two measures. One, you can represent the volume, like sales volume. Where is sales volume high? Phone has sales volume high. So the bigger the volume, you can see the bigger is the square shape. The least is the volume, the least is the square shape. So this is very small and this is very big. So and apart from that, you can bring one more measure. So for example, I want to also create a heat map for the profit. So I can put profit on the colors because it says one or two measures that you can bring it here. So now on the heat map, you see two measure I can bring. So one I bring on the you know, one is cells, you see, one is on the size, one is on the color. So size, the size of the box is what it tells you about your cells volume, and the colors represent your profitability. So you can look at the divergence on this legends, and here you can see the green is the where you have good profit, and the red is actually showing the losses. Okay, so here I can see, hey, I phone is the one where I am making, where sales is also high and my profit is also high. And yeah, and here even your tables is comes under top five sales, top five categories by sales, but when you look at the profitability, it is not under top five. Okay, even this guy has a negative profit. Okay, so this is absolutely not at all in top five by profit, but on the sales wise, it is because I when I did a descending order, descending happened basis on the sales. Okay, but then you can easily find out this has the losses. Okay, so even the same thing we can create into tree map also. Okay, but the difference between tree map and the this heat map is that heat map basically you try to find out where is the volume. Okay, where is the volume densely located, and on the tree map basically we have something like a rectangular nested a hierarchical structure of rectangular boxes. Hierarchical structure of rectangular boxes, this also represent these two measures, maximum up to two measure. You can see one or two measures also I can use on tree map, and one or two measures also I can use heat map. So the configurations absolutely same, the purpose is also absolutely same, but the style is are different. Here I am creating a hierarchical structure of nested boxes. So let me show when I turn this to heat map, tree map. Now you see, now you see it has given a hierarchical structure of this rectangular boxes, and this box is representing nothing but my profit. Sorry, and now this my representing my profit. So what I can do similar to that, I can put sales on size, and another sales I can bring them on colors. So now first thing, like I'm representing only one measures. Okay, so here I'm just showing the cells. So sales value, you can look at the size of the box. The phone size is the bigger, and then you have chairs, and then you have a storage, and then you have table, then you have binders, machines, and then you have accessories, copiers, and then all these three, and then this, and then so you can look at this. This is a complete hierarchical structure, and in a chronological order of your each of your product by cells. Okay, when I also want to look at this profitability, how my profitability looks on these boxes, so what I can do, I can bring the profit on the colors, and I can also look at profitability. So I can see this is my the size of the box represents my sales, and the color of the box represent my profitability. So here, look at the copier. Copier is the most darkest greener. Though the size of the sales is small, but profitability is the highest. You can easily figure out, right? By looking at the colors and looking at the size, I can say though the size is small, but look at the profit. It has the most darkest colors on towards the green side. Okay, and though this is like a fourth ranker in terms of size of sales, but when I look at the profitability, I'm making losses on tables, right? So that's how you can distinguish how the things are behind, how the things are going with your product. Okay, you can get a very strong insight by creating this heat map or tree map. So tree map is the way of representing your nested rectangular boxes and looking them into a hierarchical structure, and heat map. So let me also create a heat map. Heat map is also the same way, and let me bring the profit also. It's trying to get the same analysis. So both way you can see. Both way I'm trying to get the same analysis. So here it's like you know, especially this is like easy when you have large data, large number of data, and this becomes easy when you have less number of data. So less number of data, these rectangular boxes are easy to understand. When you have large number of data, I think heat map will become better. So let me take one example by taking this instead of categories. Let me take the product name. Let me put all members. Okay, so you can easily you can figure out by heat map when you have large number of data. When I can uh, so let me create a product name. Let me replace subcategories by product name here. See what happened. Now, okay, this is still you are getting the highest product you can easily find out, but all others product they will go into smallest nested and I mean literally you are not going to look them at all because it's become only by hovering you can figure out the informations. Okay, it's not like you won't have the information at all on the page. You can have the information, especially higher side you can easily figure out because it has the big boxes, so you can look at the size. You can say, hey, this product has the highest sales, followed by this etc. And you can also look at the profitability, though this is the third highest sales, but look at the profitability, you are making losses, you have no profit. Okay, and also you can look at like how the profits are look like, and this is your heat map. So still I feel like the heat map looks better, and yeah, because here I have to just scroll down towards all the way bottom. So when you want to look at the distinguishly, like what are the especially the name of the product, in that case if looking at the name of the product is really important, and you want it to uh, without hovering, you just want to at least you want a visibility of the name of the product, then you can go with your heat map as yeah. So in that case here this will help you, at least this is giving all the names, but here you will not have name unless you hover. Once you hover you can get, but I feel like this has I personally feel the tree map is the very strongest visualizations. I really I prefer always tree map over heat map personally, because I feel this is the strongest visualization than heat map. At least here, um, it's become little easy to compare everything coming on the same page, right? I don't have to scroll left, right, anywhere, and I can so intuitively I can and at least the size and the sizes of the rectangular boxes are coming as per their sales value. So it's little more intuitive than heat map to understand where is my sales, which one is driving my sales, and which one is driving my profit, and uh, are whether my products are product sales and profit are actually correlated, positively correlated, or they have linear relationship or not. So I can see, hey, they look at this. This is sales is good, but then profit is not good. So obviously there is no linear relationship. So yeah, it's makes you more, it's provide you some more intuitive insights and how you can do. So these are like idea about heat map and tree map, but then how you can create it, it's very simple. What you have to do, you select your measures. So let me once again and create that for you. So just follow this, how I'm doing it. I'm going to select my dimension for which I want to create my tree map. So I select product name. For product name, I want to create tree map, and then I can select what measures I want to show on the tree map, what variable I want to show on the tree map. So I want to show sales and I want to show profit. So all I can select, and then I can come show me and then select yeah, tree map. This is called tree map, okay, right here. So you can just hit this. That's it. And you got this tree map. Now you can look at, hey, your sales have gone on the colors and profit has gone on the size. Okay. So if you're happy with that, if you want to see, so what is the important things for you? First thing, decide. So if the sales is the one that you want to look at by rectangular boxes, then you can change this. Instead of having sales on the color, maybe you can bring it on the size. And when you bring on the size, see, profit gone because already profit was there on the size. Now you replace that profit of the size by sales. Now sales by size it showing on this uh, you know on this tree map. And now again another sales you can bring and put it on the color. So this way also you can see. So you can figure out which one how you want to have. By default, how tablet did. Um, sorry. By default, um, for me when I bring them on this by just by creating the way how Tableau wants to do, Tableau actually put my profit on the size and cells on the color. So now I can see here my colors is dark. That means my profit is dark. Sorry, that means my sales is high, colors is dark. That means I'm making 61,000 sales. And look at the profit. So profit and sales both are high for this product. Okay, and then look at the size. And this is my second product. So what is more important? So the dimension which is more important for you. If profitability is more important in your particular analysis, then you can put profit on the size. When your sales is more important than profit, then you put sales on the size because the size are very much easily visible because they can look at the size of the rectangular boxes, and that way they can compare where the size is big, that means the variable is big. And the color is also intuitive, not like color is not, but they are so the divergence, sometimes the divergence are so close, so it's become little difficult to understand. You have to pay your attention very close towards the divergence of these colors to understand which one is high, which one is low. But the size, actually size is not do not require your any special attention. You can easily look at the size and you can tell the variables are big for that particular product.
But Ritesh, I have one question here.
Yeah, sure.
So, if a person wants to know the less profit or less sale, so in that case, he has to put down the cursor here, and then we need to check it
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
it comes.
exactly. So that's why I'm saying for that sort of scenario, even the bar chart is the best. Even the bar chart for the comparison wise, he can see this guy is the list. Or maybe, from the bar chart, if you want to look at the two variables, then heat map. Already we have heat map, right? So if you come down to
Uh,
heat map, yeah, heat map, you can see all the names very clearly. You got
mm,
all the names on the heat map.
yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's why I said when having all the names intuitively on the page is not important. When you just want to highlight your um, high level pictures, like high level overview, like which are the most driving factors for my sales, which are the most driving factors for my profit. If you just your purpose is to highlight those high level pictures, then tree map is the best solution for you.
Mm. So if you want to see both the sheet parallelly, so can we do a duplicate sheet, and then in that duplicate sheet we can create a heat map,
Yeah, yeah,
and
sure.
in one
Yeah.
sheet we can do it in a tree map.
Um, no, duplicate sheet we can do, but why you want to do? You just want to
I
understand
just
this, or
want to, and yeah, no, I just want to see in first sheet I just want to see the profit part, the
Mhm.
highest profit part, and then in the second sheet I just want to see the lowest profit part or the lowest sales part.
Okay.
Can we do it in that way?
No, see here, the we can't do that way. So here, because the whole purpose of the size of the rectangular box is it's not into ascending or descending order. Let me tell you first thing. The size of the box is depending upon the data, the volume. If the volume is bigger, for example, I am putting profit on the size. Now, if the profit is bigger, the size of the profit is bigger, then it will have the first. It will appear on the first top left corner. Okay, and it goes into a chronological order. It's create a hierarchy of the boxes, and the hierarchy of box created as per the size, and what variable I have put on the size. I have put variable on the profit on the size. So now basis on the profitability of each product, this boxes will appear. There is I don't have control that I can say no basis on the smallest of this. And why do you want to put? There is no
No,
sense
no,
to.
no. Ritesh, you didn't got my question. I'm asking is, can we create a duplicate sheet of this particular sheet? The sheet,
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
suppose you have created sheet 38.
I got
I
it.
will
I
create
created.
yeah. So I'll create a duplicate of that sheet 38, and
Okay,
in this sheet 38, I will create a tree map or a heat map. So then
okay.
I can see both the ways.
Yeah, I changed from heat map. Yeah, same thing. I turn it to heat map.
Yeah, and this will be on the less prof. It will be it should be on the negative side. Yeah, that can be done, right?
Wait, let me put the sales. Okay, so yeah, here I can create the descending and ascending order. So here you can
Yeah.
see, yeah, you can see you have the
Yeah.
list number
Correct.
two. These are the
Correct.
products.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. Okay. Thanks.
no problem. So yeah, these are the different way of visualization. So it's very easy. Just you have to select your measures and dimension and come to show me, and just press the tree map or a heat map. It will create for you. Okay. Now I'm moving on to the next visualizations, and usually you would be seeing like lots of for example, lots of visualization has come for the COVID cases where they were using tree map to show the cases, the countries with the highest number of confirmed cases and the death by tree map. So yeah, so tree map, I of late I have seen lots of visualizations using tree map, and it is actually in trend nowadays. And other visualization also, especially when you want to create some hierarchical structure of visualizations, hierarchical structure, then in that case, tree map is the good. So moving on, next topic, next chart that we have. Okay, I think I have already covered this four generated fields. So there are like four generated fields that we have. Okay, I will cover this later. So I'm only going to talk about visualizations. Okay, moving on, next one item we have is a pie chart. Okay, and the pie chart is very simple. And what is the purpose of whole pie chart? See, the pie chart, again, you are going to make a comparisons among some members of a particular dimensions. So let's say a particular dimensions is my category. So I can use categories and sales and I can create a pie chart. So all three together, all three of them I can compare, you know, and comparisons in terms of like how much percentage they are contributing towards the overall sales. So look at that. I have selected these two and now I can hit that pie chart. Now I got my pie chart. Okay. Now I can select the T label and I got my how sales are. Okay, here if I want to bring them on the center, I just click entire view and now I got them on center. Uh, Here you can see like all three sales done by each of these members, how much sales they have done. So looking at the slice of this pie, you can see this one is yeah, this one red. Red is the bigger, okay, followed by this yellow and then green. Okay, and what if you want to get this not the whole number but in terms of percentage? Still you can do that. You have way of getting that percentage of total. Okay, wait. I think this one should provide that percentage of total. Yeah, and there are three decimals. Okay, I will cover this formatting options later, but now just focus on this how I'm creating this visualization. I did nothing. I didn't create any configurations etc. for by myself. Even I can do it manually, but I just select my every time I want you to just select your first when you are beginning. Okay, don't try to create a manual configuration. Just try to learn by selecting your dimension and measure and hit that particular chart and then observe how configuration on the marks has happened, right? And pay a close attention how this has happened and then you just do some do some experiment with it. Try to change, for example, try to do some change, try to go on label and try to create some more label etc. For example, I change it from numbers to percentage, so I can see in terms of percentage 36%, 32%, 31%. Okay, so pie chart is the good way of showing your data when you want to look at, hey, out of 100, out of 100%, what is the percentage contributions of the member? So when you want to look at the out of total, when your purpose is to look at out of total, then pie chart is the best solutions for you. But there are some limitations on that. I'll talk about the limitation also. But
It is how to do the resize of the chart.
resizing of the chart, yeah, here I have a size here. You see here, size using the size I can increase and decrease. Okay.
But your chart is in center. Mine is extremely left.
Yeah. So here on the here you look at here. Here we have something
Right.
called entire view. You select the entire view.
Got you.
If
Thank
you
you.
have a standard, it will go on the left and left corner. If you select the
Yeah.
entire view, it will come to center.
Thank you. Vijay.
No problem. And if you select the fit width, it will fit width. If you select fit height, it will fit height. Now it is like it's only looking at the height. But if you select the entire view, so this all you can experiment with this. All these options you have right here. And probably this is not very much useful when you are on sheet, but when you go on the worksheet, dashboard, basically when we are designing the dashboard, there we will use this particular item. We will be using a lot. Okay. So yeah, so that's how you can get your pie chart. And pie chart when you especially good when you want to compare among themselves, especially out of total how much each of the member are contributing. If that is your whole purpose, then pie chart is the good. But here is the limitations. And you know what is the limitation? Limitation is when the members number, when the member count are very high. Like let's say I just got three subcategories. So showing this subcategories on this pie chart, it's easy, and I user can digest the data, look at this, he can understand, okay, fine, this is the contribution of each of this categories member. But what if I can go to subcategories and move it from, okay, and let me bring that. Now you see that you have so many pieces of subcategories. If you try to visualize here, I don't find it easy for me. See, if the only purpose to make a comparison, why not I can turn it to bar chart? Why not I can turn it to bar chart and look at just a very nice comparison? And don't you think like bar chart will makes more easy to digest the data rather than looking at this pie chart? Because this pie chart it makes like, okay, still this subcategories are not that many product, but still the guy who has less sales, for example 1.2%, or look at this one is just have 0.5%, contributing 0.5 towards the whole sales. And now this has a problem. This has a problem, and the problem is uh, it's like so small that it's not even at one side, on your first side, you are not able to make it out very easily. And moreover, another drawback I can tell you of pie chart. Another drawback, this is my cells and I don't have negative cells. But if I have a negative let's say if I'm showing a measures on my pie chart and that has a negative value, then it becomes a huge problem for you. That whole analysis will go wrong. So let me show you by pie chart by profit. I'm just taking subcategories, and now I'm going to take a profit. Okay. See, this guy has a negative profit. How can be this big? Still, it's giving me this big size, right? If I would have not turned this T, then user would have understand. Hey, looks like this table has a bigger sales. I mean, though hover over showing negative profit, but do you think that negative, when the sales are negative, it should have this bigger? Because what happened, it actually goes 360 degree and create again a piece for you. So when your datas are negative, when the values are negative, pie chart and negative, when the values have negative values as well as positive values, everything together, then creating a pie chart on your this type of data where the positive, negative, all sort of numbers are there, then absolutely wrong. That makes your whole analysis to go wrong. The visualization itself is wrong because here, though my cells are negative, okay, look at here. Has a this guy, or maybe, yeah, this guy has negative 3000 cells and this guy has negative 17,000 cells, and the 3000 is smaller and the 17,000 is such a big piece on the pie chart. Don't you think it's wrong? It should not be this way because it is a negative, it's a highest negative number, so it has to be a smallest or negligible on my pie chart, but it has turned out to a big piece. So that is the reason your pie chart will become completely rubbish, especially when your data has positive and negative both numbers. Okay, you should not use pie chart at all in that case. In that case, when you want to make a comparison, go with the bar chart, go with the heat map, tree map, anything, etc. But don't go with the pie chart. Go with the pie chart only when your data, you know your data and you know there is no negative numbers. And when your number of members are really less, see here, at least this many members, it's not that easy for me to understand how what's going on with my products. So here, I mean, imagine here I have taken sales, no profit. So I know sales has no negative numbers. All my sales numbers are positive numbers. So this analysis is correct. There is no questions of being wrong here. But the problem here is, my question is that easy for you to figure out where you are, which one is the highest, which one is the lowest? Can you make out from this graph so easily? Just in a second, by looking at this, and in a second you tell me which one is highest, which one is lowest? No, you have to, at least you have to glance through all this data, and then you can tell. But other chart, like we have like this heat map, or we have like tree map, it's not that difficult. It's very easy to figure out which one is your highest sales, which one is your lowest sales, or even on the bar chart also. But tree map, but this pie chart, it gives your it's make you it's actually makes you difficult to understand where is your sale, where you got higher sales, where you have least sales. I mean, you can figure out, but I'm only saying it's not that intuitive. Just in a looking at the chart, and within a second you can tell me the highest and lowest. You have to glance through each of them, and then you can. So that's the reason it's not good, not fit when you have lots many member ID, lots many members in a particular dimension to make a comparison with. It's easy and or good when you have like. So let me show you. Let me take this categories again. So when I have my this thing category, so I have only three, so it is okay. At least five, up to five or six, I think it's okay. But when you have more than five elements to make a comparison with, then don't go with the pie chart. My opinion. Don't go with the
So
pie chart.
I
Go with
think
something different. Yeah.
I think that region-wise sales also will be better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, reason why sales also I can provide. Yeah. So like I said, yeah, if you have up to five item, six item, five item, six item maximum, that many you can go with the, uh, you know,
Hello.
yeah, tell me.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Ritesh, yeah, just one query. There is like REG, region sales. What is that? Does it give us the value directly by region by sales?
No, this is a calculated field. Hold on. Let me show you this calculated field. I am doing some LOD's calculations, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
This is my
Okay.
calculated
Okay.
field.
Fine.
Wherever you see the equal sign, that is nothing but calculated field. Wherever you see the equal sign, I will talk about when I'll come to calculation. I will explain all these things to you.
Fine. Fine. No problem.
No problem. Okay, so here, yeah. So even if you look at the reason, at least you can bring that label. And now you can look at the reason against West. You have the biggest slice on the pie chart. Okay, and then you have this amber, biggest sliced, and then the blue, and then the green. So yeah, I mean, as long as you have like limited number of members in a particular dimensions, then I think you would be good. But when you have like 10 or 7, 8, 10, 20, 30, then don't even think about pie chart. Okay. And moreover, when I want to show, okay, I got my all cells for each of the reason. What if I want to get my total cells? Total cells means all these four together. All these four together. If I want to show that on this pie chart itself, can I do that? No, I can't do that on this pie chart. Uh, to do that, I can. I can modify this pie chart, and what I can make a donut chart on this. And when I create a donut chart on my pie chart itself, I think that I can create another, you know, I can attach another dimensions. Another dimension I can attach, and I can show that total values also. Okay, total values of all these four together, how much they are on the same pie chart itself, and that pie chart actually I will modify it as a donut chart. So donut chart you can see like this it will come, and I feel like donut chart is little easy than pie chart in terms of digesting the informations. Okay, not in terms of creating the visualization, but in terms of digesting the informations than your regular pie chart. Okay, so the donut chart basically I'm going to use the pie chart itself. Using this pie chart I will create a donut chart. So donut chart are meant to express a part to whole relationship where all pieces together represent 100%. Basically this is same thing goes with the pie chart also, to show relative size of data. Pie chart shows the pie slices to show the relative size of data. But part to whole relationship, this also provide the part to whole relationship. This also provide part to whole relationship. Here, the additional thing that you can bring, let's say technology, I'm showing the technology sales, I'm showing furniture sales and office supply sales, but I can show the total sales also in the white space. I can attach another dimension because I'm going to use two pie chart to create one single donut chart. So let's see how I can create a donut chart using the pie chart. And again, the same limitations when you have lots many member ID. Let's say subcategory. Let's say you want to bring a dimension where you have like more than 10 or 15 or 20 IDs members to a dimension. Then still the donut chart will become little cluttered. So whole idea is like don't make your visualization cluttered, where it's not easy to understand the information or grasp the information. So make it simple, make it neat and clean. So, it's easy to digest the data from looking at your visualization. So let me go there, and I'm going to create pie chart first. Like I said, to create your donut, first thing you need to have a pie chart. So categories and sales I have selected, and I'll create a pie chart. Okay, now I got this. Um, what I'll do, I want to create two pie chart back to back. Okay, so how I can do that? If you remember when I put something on the rows, and if I keep putting my measures on the rows, it's create different windows for each of the measures, right? If you remember, different windows for each of the measures. So for in that way, actually I've created a dummy um, calculated field. Here I have nothing, just one. This is my dummy measures I have created. The whole purpose of creating this to just, and I will not take sum because when I have sum it's going like this. What I'll do, I can take a minimum. When I take minimum, still I'm getting my pie chart. Now what I'll do, I'll just create a duplicate of this measures and I put it next to it. Now this has become two, for each of this measure I'm getting my pie chart. Okay, for each of these measure I'm getting my pie chart. That is the whole idea. Like when you put some measures on the rows, for each of the measures you are able to see one different windows for visualizations. So this is the one window, this is the second window, because I have created two measures on the rows. So now using this two pie chart, now I'm going to create uh, you know donut chart. So let's see how I'm going to do that. So this is the whole, you know what? I will keep one as a pie chart and one I will create a white space. And after creating the white space, I'll put on the top of the first one. And what I'll do, I'll make this size is smaller than this. So it will not occupy the whole area. It will occupy only in the central area. And that way it will leave some space surrounding it. So that way the surrounding area will looks like donut, and the white area where it will sit, it will since outer cell is also white, so it looks like it's a donut. So, but reality, two pie charts sitting together. So what I'll do, first thing, I'll just remove from the second. So on the second measures for the second, measures, I have the second pie chart. So I'll remove from the second measures all the marks, whatever I have here. All marks I'll remove. I don't need any marks. Okay. Now, colors turn out to gray. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll just do one thing. I'll just go to my second, okay, my second pie chart, my second measure. I'll click and I'll come here and I'll select dual axis. The moment I do dual axis, both will coincide on the same x axis now. Both are on the same x axis. So now you see that my first pie chart become invisible because the second one come and overlap with the first one. So both sizes are equal. Since the both sizes are equal, so that's the reason you are not able to observe the first pie chart. So to make you observe the first pie chart, what I'll do, I'll make a size of the second pie chart smaller than the first. When I make it smaller than the first, then you can observe the first pie chart is appearing right like this. Now what I'll do, I'll come to in the second pie chart itself, I'll make this color and I'll change it to white. When I'll change it to white, now you see the pie chart has appeared, a nice pie chart. Maybe if you want to increase the size of the first pie chart, you can do that. Okay. And this size also I can increase. White space. The white space is my second one. Yeah. So however you want, you can just play with that. So this white is nothing but it's another pie chart where I have removed the configurations and I have turned the color as a white, and I'm putting that on top of it. So from the outside, if you see, if you're not looking from behind, then you cannot understand this as a just like a white which is sitting on top of my first pie chart. You will be realizing, hey, this looks like a donut. Donut that you have, and on the donut, the colors has been coming as per the categories. So each categories are occupying the colors, and you know basis on the relative size of that particular categories, that area it will occupy. So here the red is having the wider area because red cells are high, because this is my first pie chart. Remember, it's just like your pie chart. Even you can look at the slice also. The first slice also you are able to see. So it is showing their own characteristic only, original characteristic only. It's just that we have put another white area on top of the first. Now if I can provide you the text. Now here I am getting one. So what I can do, I can go to label and I'll uncheck this. Okay. And what I can do, if I want to show my total sales on the center, what I can do, I can bring the total sales and I can put in the size label of my second pie chart. So in that way, I can show my total sales also, because I have two pie charts. So there are additional dimensions that I can bring, right? So I can bring my sales and I can put in the label of my pie chart. Now I got my total sales, right? So unlike your pie chart where it was difficult to bring your total sales in the center, now I can bring my total sales into center also, right? So it's at least it's better than your regular pie chart. In from your regular pie chart, I feel it's better. And clear the tooltips informations. So tooltips, I don't want any tooltips information here. I can just clear this. Now I won't get anything. I want to have tooltips for here, and for here. So this minimum number of records is coming because of these two measures on the first pie chart. So click this first pie chart, and here come to your tooltips. Clear this unwanted tooltips informations. Now I'll get the categories and sales 2 information is providing to me. Yeah.
Mukesh, how you created this number of records as a calculated formula?
Okay. See, this is my dummy measures, dummy formula which I nothing. You look at. I just put one. I am not doing any calculation. I just write one. That's it. I wanted to create the measures, and the whole reason, whole purpose of creating this is like I wanted to split the pie chart. I wanted to create two pie chart in the same page. Remember, like if you recall, like our other previous analysis where we had like where we were showing like different measures on our chart. Let me show you. So whenever you bring any measures on your, let me show you that. So whenever you bring, let's say, for example, let's say categories. This is my sales. Now I want to bring my profit. So the moment I bring my profit on this rows, the moment I bring second measures, now for the second measure, I will get the second graph. See? So for the first measure, I will get one graph. For the second measure, I will get one graph unless I make it dual. So for the
Yes.
second measure, I'm getting dual. So for each measure, I'm getting two things. And for each measure, I have the configuration right here, right? I have the configuration right here. So in order to make this two graph, I am using this dummy measures. Okay, using this dummy measures, basically I am able to get two pie charts. Unless I do that, I want to replicate the same pie chart. I'm not, actually I'm not creating a different pie chart. I'm using the same pie chart and I want to repeat them two times. So how I can repeat them? I can use a dummy measure. So that's how I can get for each measure. I will get one view and one second view, right? The whole idea is that. So that's the reason I got this two number of records. I just created a dummy measures, and this dummy measures I put it here, and I just take the minimum of it. It has just one no, value is just one, right? So there is no any value that I have put. Just like I wanted to create a measures, a number measures. So that's the reason I put numerical field one.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Ritesh, if suppose we want to do it this donut chart on our side, so we will have to create this dummy variables.
Yeah. You also have to do the dummy variable. You just click. So let me show you. Let me show you once again. I'm just going to repeat this once again. I know there are some workaround which has involved for this chart. It's not a straightforward chart. Okay, you don't have even that
And
a straightforward available on this. Show me. So there are few
okay.
charts which are not available straightforward to you. Using the combination of chart, we can create those fancy charts. Okay, so there are few charts which we need to follow some workaround. Okay, so let me do from beginning again. First thing, I want to create a dummy, a dummy measures which I can using that I can I can create two pie charts using the same configurations of dimension and measures. Okay, so how I can do, I can create, go to analysis. Here you can see create calculated field, or next to your search box. Here also drop down boxes you have. Here also you can see create calculated field. So from either place you can do, from analysis tab or from this close next to your search box, you got create calculated field. You click there, and now you just put a number of records or something like that, or maybe you can just call it as a dummy measures. Okay, and just put one dummy measures. Okay.
The problem is I'm not getting this pop-up.
Oh, this pop-up you're saying?
Yes. So if you click create calculated field,
Okay.
click on that.
Well, you can come from here. If there are some problem with your Tableau, you come from analysis, go to
Okay.
analysis tab, and come from analysis tab. You can see right here, create calculated field. Can you see?
Right.
Yeah, you just try to get it from there. So there are so
No,
many
that
ways you can get it. Yeah.
I'm not getting that. That the window, the pop-up window which you received,
Oh,
I'm not getting.
are you not able to get the analysis tab?
I'm getting analysis tab. I click on the analysis tab,
Okay.
create calculated field,
Yeah.
then it adding under major names. So this window I'm not getting.
Oh, this window you're not getting?
Yes.
Maybe this window would have gone down. Can you just look
No,
at your screen and try to bring them up?
no, there is no.
Maybe sometime, people just hide it like this and they could not understand it has gone down. Just try to
No.
look.
I read that. This is tablet public. Okay.
Are you not able to get it?
No.
Can you share your screen quickly and I can look.
So
Or maybe towards the end of the session you can show me.
that,
Let
that will be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will be nice because people will get distracted because we are in the middle of, yeah, middle of
I,
doing this exercise.
I please go.
Oh, you're getting it now?
No, no, please go ahead. We will
Okay.
discuss
Yeah,
after
sure.
one.
Towards the end of the session, we'll look into your screen and then we'll see like what is the problem. Anyway, guys, so guys, I'm just going to give you. I just created dummy measures and dummy measures. I what I did nothing. I just once again I just go to created calculated field, and here I just give a name, any name you can give, dummy measures or my measures or whatever, or donuts measures or whatever you can just give. Okay, and just I put one value one, that's it. Apply, okay, and that's it, and I got this dummy measure right here. And yeah, you can see like one I have. Now I will use this and I'll bring this on my rows first. Okay, so now this is a sum, right? It's giving me sum of values, which is wrong. I don't want sum. I want it to change to minimum. Now I'll have just yeah. And what I'll do, press the control button. Okay, using your mouse, you can create a duplicate copy of this dummy measure. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, you create a duplicate. You just bring it and to the next, you are basically created a duplicate of it. Now, corresponding to each of these measures, now you see one window and two window I got, right? Now, whatever analysis I will do, whatever visualization I'll create for one this and one for this. Okay. Uh, for now, I don't want to have this second one now. I just want to have one. First, I want to create my pie chart first. So I'm going to my pie chart. I'm going to categories and sales, and I'll go to show me, follow all my steps, and I'll click here. And now I got my, uh, you know, okay. So something is okay. Before I put that dummy measure on the rows, before that, first let me create a pie chart because the dummy measure was coming along with my pie chart. So I don't want to happen that. So let me first be on the safe side. Let me first create my pie chart. So I have selected categories and sales and show me, and it's very easy. Just I have selected my dimension and measures, and I came to show me, and I'm hitting that pie chart. Now I got my pie chart. Now what I'll do, I'll bring my dummy measures. This dummy measure I'll put on rows, and when it is sum, splitting all my categories separately basis on their values. Now it is like this is the highest office supplies and accordingly like, and this is whole thing is wrong. But then to avoid that, I'll change this measure. So for dummy measures, I'll change the dummy measures from sum to minimum. Okay. Now my pie chart will intact as it is. Okay. You can clear this. Okay. This is my legend for sales. Let it be. No problem. Now what I'll do, I'll create a duplicate copy of this dummy measure by pressing Control and mouse key and just leave your left mouse, and yeah, you got this duplicate of it. Now when you got when we got the duplicate copy of our pie chart, now next step is click the second measure. Okay, click the second measure, and then your second pie chart marks will active. Here you can see this is my second measures, and for second measures I got this pie chart, and this is my configuration for the second measure pie chart. I'll remove all the configuration by dragging them off. Okay, everything I'll just remove. I don't want any of this. Okay, when you do that, the color will change. Now what I'll do, I'll come to again second dummy I mean dummy measures for the second pie chart, and choose the dual axis. When you do dual axis, both will overlap because in that way, now for now what happening, both has different x-axis and y-axis, both of this chart. When I'll hit the dual axis, what happen, their x-axis will become common. When their x-axis will become common, in that way both will coincide with each other. That means both will overlap with each other. So I just did dual axis. Now both are overlapping, and the second one is overlapping the first one. Now one more thing I can do here, I can synchronize it, synchronize axis. So already these axes are synchronized. There is no problem on that. Now what I'll do, come to my second again, click the second, the dummy measures and or my second pie chart, and come to size. Now reduce the size of this gray. So when I reduce the size, first one become visible. Okay, and I'll change the color to white for the second. When I change the color to white, now my first one is visible, right? And I can see, and you what you can do, you can come to this axis of the second pie chart and show header, you uncheck it. When you uncheck it, this will not showing you, and this also you can uncheck. Show header uncheck, so it's gone. Now you have this nice pie chart. You can come to entire view. Okay, and when you wanted to have a bigger pie chart, at the first plate itself, probably you could have increased the size. Let's say I want to increase a little more. Okay, so now it's not looking nice. So this white space also I'll increase accordingly. Okay, so that it looks nice. So that is how I can play with this. Okay, how big or small you want to looks your donut, accordingly you can play, and you can now I'm going to provide some labels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean my labels, existing labels. So is there any labels? Okay, only I have tooltips. I'll clear the tooltips from the second pie chart. I don't want the minimum of dummy measure 1, etc. Now it is clean now. Here I also have minimum dummy measures. This is an unnecessary part. So I'll click the first pie chart marks configurations. I'll go to tooltips and I'll clear this unnecessary tooltips informations, and okay. Now I have everything. If I want to bring that sales in the center of this whole donut, maybe I can provide sales to my second measures for my second pie chart. So I can bring sales and I can put into label. When I put that on label, I have my whole numbers in center. and I'll come to here. Here also I can click show marks. So I'll get the sales for each of my members for the first pie chart. So I'm getting my technologies, furniture and office supply sales value along with my total sales value. Okay, some more formatting. So now if you want to format the numbers, how you can do that? Using that, maybe this one. Okay.
British, why there are two sum of sales column here in this?
Okay, so one is for the angle, one is for the size. See, like I said in the very beginning, each chart has their own configurations. Okay, each chart type has their own configurations. So with the moment I can create this configuration manually, but the moment you select a particular chart type, Tableau create that configuration for you. Okay, so one is for the angle. When I click that angle, see what happens. So the angle is like, that looks like a pie chart angle. So this is your pie chart angle. So for example, and one is for the size. So the size you observe that when you can increase the size, this become bigger, right? So and it's becoming bigger basis on the cells. I mean cells, the proportion, it will intact the proportion of cells. It will keep that into mind and accordingly it will, because it's actually giving the highest higher cells has the highest area on the donut chart, and the least cells has the least area on my donut chart. So that is my cells on size, and this is the angle. This is called angles. So angle is like a requirement which Tableau creates when it is actually creating a pie chart. So that is its configuration, and this configuration you will be observing for different chart, different things will come up. Earlier we had like shape, objects, etc., or that turn into angles for especially pie chart. So that is like a sort of inbuilt configuration by the Tableau, and it takes the same measures what you are taking measures on your pie chart. It takes the same measures. Okay, if I remove that, let's see what happened. Nothing happened. And let me do one thing. Let me do a formatting. Okay, so here when you want to format number, but then ID advice is don't touch the configuration created by Tableau. Let this configuration be as it is. Okay, and yeah, but when you want to format the numbers, how you can do that? Maybe when you want to turn it to percentage instead of numbers. Okay, so click the percentage of total. Quick table calculations, percentage of total. This all part of my table calculation. And like I said in the previous session, we'll be covering everything in very much detail when I will be talking about calculations. But for now, just for the overview, when you click percentage of total,
But it is how will I come to know that we have to choose for this angle one sum sales or this down one sum sales?
okay,
To whom we have to do the formatting? For
yeah.
whom?
So see the angle is angle you have to select. See, I can see that the if you're even if you're not sure, when I come and when I choose on the size, okay, and when I did the table calculation, nothing is coming up. Though my internally sales, the hover over sales is see that percent it has turned out in percentage, but here on this one nothing is being changed. Still I'm getting that number itself. So that means this is not working as per my requirement, right? Now let me try two angles. Let me try. This is not something. something happened accidentally, so let me remove that. Now let me try that on my angles. Here I'll try to create percentage total. See, that is the use of angles. So because these angles basically here you can actually customize, we can create a calculated field. If I would have not, if Tableau would have not created this configurations called angle, probably I could have not done that table calculation. To have table calculations, that angles, the angle is important. Some angles, on some angles, right click and go and quick table calculation, percentage of total. You got percentage contributions out of total. Okay, out of this two total number I got this much percentage. What if I want to have percentage along with the numbers? Okay, or, and maybe this number first, let me format this number into millions format. So I'll click to second measures or my second pie chart, which is my white space right now. So I'll click here. I just have one thing. There is no configuration attached because everything I have removed. I just have one label which I have put for this displaying this number. So this is my labels. I'll right click it. I'll go to format. I'll come here under pane. Under pane by default that only will open. Click, come to your number custom, and here I don't want to have decimals. What I will do, I'll display unit, I will select millions. So now 2 millions it's giving. So maybe I can take, since it is a million, so let me take one decimal point. So 2.3 million. Now it's better. So negative values, how do you want to represent negative values with inside the parentheses, or like this or like this? So that format you can choose. Anyway, this is not my negative number, so I'm just ignoring this. And I choose the display unit millions and I choose decimal places 1, because I think when you are turning into millions, so it's better to have just one decimal point, because even 0.3 millions is the big numbers, right? So, and that has already been rounded by the millions. So have this with one decimals, and yeah. So now you can nicely see out of 2.3 millions, 36.3%, and this has three decimal points. So maybe what I can do, instead of three decimal point, what I can do, I can just format this. I'll click the first measure. Okay, and I'll click format. Okay, percentage, and here instead of two, maybe I'll just have one decimal, so it looks more readable, more cleaner, right? Okay, so this is my percentage and this is my totals. Another thing I said, what if I wanted to have the name of my categories and the total numbers? So maybe I can do that. So now I have here this. So far you are just switching this labels, right? And this marks label, nothing but the same things right here what we have. So either you can do, either you can on or off from here, and from here also. So from here you have to you have options here, you can check or uncheck. But on the marks you have like lots of options and freedom to configure it as per your requirement. Okay, and maybe lots of dimension you can bring here to show on the labels. Here you can't do that customizations, but here I can do some good customization. So now I'm going to bring the name of the categories on each slice, and I'm also going to bring total absolute numbers, and I'm also going to bring percentage, the way I have done it right here, right? I have the name of the name of the categories, and then I have like total numbers, and then there is a bar separating these two. I have total value, and then I have percentage, how much percentage it is out of this total. So yeah, so how I can do that? So what I'll do, I'll bring that categories, I'll bring that categories and I'll bring that on label because I wanted to show on this label. The moment I did, my numbers has gone because that number was showing from here. Again, no problem. What I'll do, I'll bring that sales number again on the measures because by default the label what comes into here it's becoming from coming from your measures. So only one measure at a time can come. But when I want to customize, I have to bring them everything on my label separately. So I'll come to sales and I'll bring them to label once again. Okay, so both are coming now. Now I want to bring percentage also. So once again I have to bring a sales. One sales for my absolute numbers, another sales I can format to percentage. So I have already done a copy of it. How I can do? I can just right click, create a duplicate. The moment you create duplicate, you'll get a duplicate copy of the sales. Sales copy 2. Sales copy 2 is nothing but duplicate of this guy. Duplicate of sales itself. That I will bring to label because the same label you can't bring twice, right? Already you have bring to the label, so I'll create a copy and I'll bring to label one more time. So now I got 1 in million, 1 into this. Now I'll do the formatting. Now you see on my first measures I have so many configure I have so many things on my marks. So this T that with symbol T that you are seeing here, these all are my labels and these are my inbuilt Tableau configurations. Leave these three. Look at this tree now. So this is fine. Let it be categories. This is sales, sum of sales, which is actually coming into millions. So, but I want to put that into thousands. So what I'll do, I'll go to format and I'll change this from million. I'll change it to thousand. Hold on. So basically, it's actually changing this also. I don't want this to happen. Okay, so I have to select one measure at it. Let me select this second measure and format second measures here. I am changing this. I want to show this is the total number. So total number is bigger numbers. This I will show in millions and I'll come to my first measure. I'll select this. Now I can look at my text and I can see some of cells and the categories and sum of cells copy 2. There are three things are there. So sum of cells, this guy, I'll select this guy and I'll select my format. I can check that right field has been selected from here. But the question is why this is coming as a million. Let me remove that. Okay, yeah, because that field was taking the same configuration from the second measure since we had changed it to million. So I bring another cells from my table from my data pane since I have created a copy of the same cells twice, cells copy 2. So now what I'll do, I'll just change this format. So one format I will make it to like number custom and I'll put that into 1000. Yeah, the first one changed to 1000 and I'll just remove that all decimal places. I don't want to have decimals. I put 0, so 0 this means no decimal, and the display unit 1000. And for the second cell, what I'll do, I'll go to quick table calculations and I'll change to percentage of total. Now this is showing the percentage, and the first one is showing sales. Again, the first one, second one, actually a percentage of total. So here, quick table calculation, you can see the rectangular shape, sorry, triangles shape, triangle shape where you see on the measures. That means this is nothing but quick table calculation. Okay, if the table calculation has been used on a measure, the symbol would be showing to you. So that way you can identify. Again, on the same one, because I'm getting 3 decimal point, I'll go to format and change from, and on the percentage, since it's a percentage, I'll keep 1 decimal point. Okay, now some more formatting. Let me do that. Now I'll come on the table label. On the label I have here, so when you bring something on the label, this will active. The text box will be active. Unless you bring something on the label, this will remain deactivated. But the moment you bring something on the label, this will be active. Now I'll click this three dot. Now I can see my categories, which is my technology, furniture, or supplies. Second one is my overall sales. Third one is my percentage, right? Now what I want this to show side by side. So I can bring them side by side and I can create a, a sort of bar between these two, and I can create a little space. This formatting is all up to you, however you want to, you know, design this. Now I want to change this size of the font size of this categories little bigger, maybe 11, and this is 8, maybe I'll go with the 9, and this also 9. Yeah, whole thing I can make it 9. Okay, if I want to change this colors, separation colors, maybe I can bring some, this is already black, so maybe if I can bring some different colors, maybe let's say red in between, so this will be my red. I can change this separation bar, I can make it little bold. When I hit apply, see how it's coming. Now I have technology. This is my number, sales number. This is my percentage contribution out of total. So likewise, however you want to do formatting, you can do it. I just shown you one example, one way of doing that. So, and this whole piece together, you can move also. Okay, you can move to any place, your choice. Okay, whole piece together, you can move. By default, Tableau put it to the nearest place, but then your choice, if you want to move them, you can move them. Okay, so now this is your nice donut chart, entire donut chart configurations. I hope it's clear. If it is, even if you are finding doubt, you just watch the video, follow the same s- configuration which I built to get this chart, and just get it done. This should be your assignment for the next assignment. So this week you are going to create lots of donut chart for categories. Then you are also going to create donut chart for regions, and sales by regions, sales by categories, and you are going to create all that by donut chart itself. Sales by segment also. So there are 3 donut chart that you are going to create: sales by category, sales by region, sales by segment. So there are 3 elements that you can see. Create this 3 donut chart in this week. Create line chart and show me a trend for all the years, and also create a pie chart also. Pie chart, donut chart, create a line chart, create a bar graph, bar chart, create a heat map, and create a tree map. So these all are going to be assignment for you for this next 5 days, and this next 5 days just practice this chart types. Just makes your hand dirty. See like what difficulties you are facing and XYZ things, whatever it is. Come back to me if you have any questions, any doubt. I can talk to you even the weekdays also. And yeah, I mean, but just yeah, but make some practice. Don't just leave in between. Make some good practice, and you will be good. So, can any questions we can discuss now? I'm open for the questions because we just have 10 more minutes, so I don't want to open new topic. I'm open for your questions. So maybe if you have question you can ask, or we will go with Amol. Amol was facing some issues. We can Amol can share your screen.
Ritesh, just have a question. Like,
Yeah.
for different charts which you are taking, so the angle will be different for every different chart.
No, no, no. This angle will come only for the donut chart or pie chart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So for bar chart, it will be different,
Yes.
or it will not come.
Yes, I'm showing that to you bar chart. See, there is no angles, right?
Yeah, right, 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 right.
See, different chart has a different configuration. That even the map chart, when you go, it will come your different things, right? There is no. This is open. This is depend upon the chart type. This is a
So
this
that too it is a tableau configuration, right? It
exactly
comes along with
exactly.
the tableau.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is not something
Okay.
that we are doing by our own.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
this
Okay.
this label, size, color, detail tooltips are the common. These are the
Hmm.
fixed static fixed configuration every time you will have it. But this one will change depending upon the chart. Tableau will create for you.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So Amol, why don't you share your screen and
Sure. So related with major, the issue is resolved, but I do have a couple of things which I need to show with you.
okay, okay, you can so you can ask here.
So
Yeah.
just restarted the Tableau Public, it started working. So I'm good with that part, you know,
Okay.
creating and getting that pop up and all.
Mhm.
Let me share my screen quickly.
I'll stop this recording here because it will going longer.
So are you able to see my